Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I don't know if you're like me, but you probably are if you're following this channel. But as I was growing up, my kit IQ, or like my knowledge on kit and guns and tactical stuff in general, was very heavily influenced by different types of media, namely video games. Now I know it might be funny for me to say since I'm in my mid-30s, I'm like unk, but there was quite a few video games that came out as I was growing up that really influenced the way that I set up my tactical gear, at least early on when I didn't really know anything. One of the main series that I love still to this day, but had really good kit, was Metal Gear Solid, especially when you get into Metal Gear Solid 4. And I remember seeing that first teaser trailer for that game back in 2005 when I was a freshman in high school, and seeing how the PMCs were decked out with modern plate carriers, or at least for back then, and Scar H's and Protec helmets, and they just looked absolutely sick. I remember when the game actually came out, you can actually customize your own character in the online portion, Metal Gear Online, which I played religiously back when I was in college. And then I got into the milsim scene with Airsoft, and I started setting up my own kit and kind of trying to copy what I was seeing in these video games, seeing what worked, what didn't, and then joining the military, stopped playing Airsoft completely, learning more about kit and how it should be set up there, and then getting out. And then I started kind of doing this whole milsim thing and using kit now. So as the years gone on, my kit IQ has grown. And as I got more experience with kit and guns and all this tactical stuff, my reliance on using video games and media as references for what good kit should look like really started to decline. And nothing was really impressing me anymore when it came to the representation of a well set up operator in a video game or a movie. Until very recently, I mean fairly recently, a couple years ago when this game came out, Resident Evil 8, there was a group in that game of non-playable characters that kind of insert themselves kind of throughout the storyline, the Hound Wolf Squad, or rather Chris Redfield's entourage. I think anybody who's into gear can agree that their setup is badass, especially their jacket.
What the hell? Research post or something? What the fuck are they doing here? Get off of me!
Stay the fuck down!
Now there's a bunch of other things going on with the kit that makes it badass, from the quad tubes, from the blue jeans, since I'm the blue jean operator, so I think that looks pretty badass. The high-speed plate carriers, the cool guns that they're using, because they use a wide variety of guns from AR-10s to AKs to PKMs. It's a really cool group of operators. But really the thing that ties the kit together is the badass black jacket with a fur collar. And I know the jacket that I have on right now is not the same jacket that they're wearing in the game. This is the Colossus jacket from Outdoor Research. The actual jacket that's in the game is the NB3 jacket, I believe what it's called. I actually looked it up online, and when I actually saw it, it cost about $600, and it doesn't look like an actual jacket you would want to wear in the field. It looks like it's made largely for fashion. So I'm actually doing a petition for Commando Store in Arctis to do a partnership. They do work with each other all the time. They make a bunch of reproduction gear, especially on the Russian side of things, but Arctis also makes cold weather gear. So I want them to make a clone of the Hound Wolf Squad jacket and sell it on their website. I think it would be badass if they made a ruggedized version of that jacket so you can actually wear it in the field. I really just want to wear that thing on night raids at Milsom West. That's really the whole goal of this thing, but I think that they can do it, and as long as you guys bully them enough in the comments, I think we can make it happen. Now, despite the real jacket not looking like a really good cold weather jacket, the kit setup is sound, especially for the environment that they were in the game, which is kind of similar to what you see behind me here. It's woods with snow on the ground, things like that. It's a pretty cold environment that they're operating in the game, so having a big jacket over their kit setup actually makes sense, exactly how I have it set up right here. This is pretty much the setup that they were using in the game. I know the plate carrier is not the same and the jacket's not the same, but having a plate carrier and having a big jacket like this is very helpful when you're out in the field and you want to have the ability to quickly discard this in case you get too hot if you have to move around a lot. So with a random autistic moment of me wanting a reproduction Hound Wolf jacket and bugging Commando Store about it, and it's snowing here in North Carolina. I don't know if you've paid attention to the news. We got hit by a massive storm over here, and it snowed on us, and this is the one opportunity for me this year to do sort of a Hound Wolf LARP here, or a cold weather LARP with snow on the ground. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over some of the cold weather gear that I use every single year, not only for LARPing out here in the woods, but also for my other job at Milsom West, which has me out in the field more often now than I was in the military. Milsom West is a 40-hour light infantry simulation where we use airsoft and blank fire to do light infantry operations, where we have cadre out there who are hired by Milsom West, who are all prior military guys, to be the platoon sergeants and the leaders out there, and we're just like leading massive groups of people and platoons against each other in infantry operations. We do these events nearly year round, and we've never canceled an event due to weather. I've done events out in the snow, actually here last year with a raid, which was a 24-hour event, and it snowed out there, and I've done other events where it's rained and everything else, where it's been very cold or very hot, everything under the sun. And when it's very cold, I take out a lot of this cold weather gear that you're gonna be seeing me show here in the video. So I have a lot of time in the field with all of this stuff. So I'm just gonna be showcasing all the stuff that I've been using throughout the years. It's gonna be a variety of different jackets and different pieces of snivel gear that I like to ruck out there, carry on my back into the field so I don't have to suffer out in the field. So I'm gonna be sharing all of my cold weather gear stuff, but before we do, a word from our sponsors. Excuse the weather change, guys. North Carolina is crazy. It's literally a week after since we filmed this, but today's video is sponsored by Checkmate Magazines. They make all of the metal magazines I'm using in this Beretta right here. I've actually been using their magazines forever now, ever since I first got this gun, because when I first got this gun back when I was in the military, I needed Beretta magazines, so I went to the supply cage at Ranger Battalion. They had a ton of Beretta mags because we used to get issued the Beretta, so they just gave them to me. I didn't steal them, okay? But I was pretty stoked when I saw that Checkmate wanted to be a sponsor of my channel, because I took a look at my magazines, realized that all of these were from Checkmate, and they've been used years before I even got them, so I was pretty stoked that I've been legitimately using the product for years and I didn't even know it. Now, they don't only make Beretta magazines, they also make other metal type magazines for your 2011s, your 1911s, your SIG guns, your M14s even. They actually want to send me out their EBR to kind of do a video on, and maybe do an EBR loadout, so I might be doing that here in the near future. So if you need some really high quality metal type magazines, go check out Checkmate. Now let's get back in this video. Now, to get things out of the way, this is not going to be a survival, cold weather survival type of video. I am not that guy. I went to SEER school. I've done several survival type things in the military. I've done tons of tactical things in the cold, but I'm not like a survival specialist. I have experience, but that's not really my game. This is just going to be covering cold weather gear that an infantryman likes to pack out in the field. Now, again, the jacket that I have on right here is the Colossus jacket from Outdoor Research. Full disclosures, Milsom West and Milsom West Cadre are sponsored by Outdoor Research, but I don't think anyone can argue that Outdoor Research is a well-respected brand when it comes to cold weather gear. A lot of us, when we're in the military, we're issued Outdoor Research gear, myself included. So this one right here is the Colossus jacket. It looks appropriate for its name. It's huge, and that's how you want it when it comes to these big jackets, so you can wear it over your kit. Now, I got this jacket about 2 years ago in the initial supply drop when Outdoor Research supplied all the cadre with their gear, and I've absolutely loved this jacket. It became like my de facto jacket to wear in these type of conditions, especially back here. I didn't really wear this thing at all at Milsom West out in the field, which is kind of like contrary to what I think that they wanted from me out there, because I had other cold weather gear that I was already using, especially for the job that I was doing on the Rust 4 side, because I also do NATO, but mostly I do Rust 4, and this would work because black cold weather gear is compliant within our tax op. But the main thing I didn't really like about this initial jacket right here is its abrasion resistance. It didn't really feel, at least on the outside here, like this was really going to be good out in the field, like it was going to get messed up. So I ended up using this other set right here. This is from Corinthia. I got their stuff a long time ago. I have used their stuff out in the field a ton. I have their bottoms right here, which I take out to the extremely cold events. And what I really like about the Corinthia stuff is it has built-in suspenders, and it also goes the same with their Gore-Tex set. I love that when it comes to their pants, is I don't have to buy suspenders to keep my pants up, unlike the Outdoor Research stuff, like as you can see on these pants right here. It has loop for suspenders, which you can buy suspenders on their website, but I kind of wish that they were like built into the pants. Now, the main reason I was using the Corinthia stuff the most when it comes to Milsom West is because this is kosher for Rust 4. When it comes to Russian soft units, whenever you see their cold weather gear, a lot of the times they're using Corinthia stuff because this is a foreign company, so they had a lot easier time getting this type of gear versus outdoor research. But if I was gonna be on the NATO side of things at Milsim West, I would wear the outdoor research stuff, mainly their new sets that we just got issued. You can see right here, this is the newer version of the Colossus jacket. This time I have it in gray. I also have the pants for this as well. Still need to buy suspenders for it, but the outside material is a much more durable material, very similar to the actual Corinthia stuff, if not, I would say even better than this. I'll also say that the Colossus jacket I have found keeps me slightly warmer than the actual Hig suit from Corinthia, mainly because of the hood. I love the hood that is on these Colossus jackets right here. Oftentimes when I'm out here wandering throughout the snow, most often in the middle of the night to take my dog to go pee when she wants to explore the Arctic tundra of North Carolina, I get into the full suit right here, zip this completely up, and it's like Terminator armor against the cold. So this has become my NATO set when it comes to cold weather gear, and the Corinthia stuff has still remained as my rough sport set. I love them both, and I absolutely love these things, especially for sleeping out there when it comes to cold weather. I don't take a sleeping bag out there. I don't want to be zipped up into a sleeping bag in my patrol base and us get hit and me unable to be able to react to the enemy because I'm zipped up into a sleeping bag. So I kind of do the Michelin man route where I get into the pants as well as the top right here, put a whoopee over me, and I get on top of my Gucci little cot that I bring out there, and I am completely warm in the coldest events that we've ever done out here. You know, we don't get that cold. It's not like we're doing stuff in the Arctic. It gets down into the teens and some of the colder events we've done. But when I'm in the full Michelin man suit, if we get attacked in the middle of the night, I can quickly pop up and kill the enemy. So overall, I love both of these cold weather sets. I think that if I got a more traditional OD green Colossus set, I would probably transition over to that for my Rust 4 things. But overall, I still love the Corinthia sets. There's a lot of things going for them. They have good pockets on them. I love the suspenders, but I would say that the Colossus stuff keeps you a little bit warmer. Now that we got the big jackets out of the way, let's go ahead and go into other layers that you can wear in the cold weather. I think this is where you need to be the most careful. I know we're doing this sort of out of order because you think that we would do these before the big jackets, but hey, it's my video and we're gonna do what I wanna do. So we're gonna talk about some of these other cold weather layers I wear out in the field very sparingly, because like I said before, you have to be careful about this stuff because if you're wearing too much snivel gear underneath of your kit, you're gonna overheat and die. Now I know it might be silly to say that like you're gonna overheat in this type of environment, but I have seen it many times in the military and out of the military at Milsim West. We warn people all the time that you might feel cold right now, but when you're moving, especially with a ruck on your back, you're going to overheat. And I always got salty about this when I was in the military, when I was cold. It's like, man, why won't our leadership allow us to wear our snivel gear that we have in our rucks? It's because they don't want us to overheat and die. Now, despite this, there are certain situations where you can wear some snivel gear under your kit and probably be all right. I did this last year when we did an event out here in these woods and when it was snowing and freezing out there, and it was about 5 degrees real feel in the middle of the night, and I was out there doing a patrol base hit. I was wearing something very similar to this. It was actually a little Corinthia hoodie, but I was wearing it underneath of my combat top, underneath of my kit, and I was able to be all right. This is just a smoker's jacket. This is the one that was issued when I was in the military, but very similar in how you would apply this thing. And I've worn this underneath of my uniform top, underneath my kit, when it was super cold while I was in the military, but you'd only really want to do that when it's that cold. If it's like 30 degrees, even 20 degrees, I would highly caution against you doing that, because when you're out moving around doing tactical stuff and you're moving around when you're plate carrying your gun, and if you're wearing any type of snivel gear that you can't really take off because it's trapped into your kit, you're gonna overheat. Now, I would say if you don't have any type of cold weather gear, but you want something that you can wear underneath of your uniform, a smoker's jacket is a good way to go. You can get these at military surplus stores for pretty cheap. I've had this one forever. Haven't worn it out in the field in quite a while because I have better stuff now, which we're gonna go into. Now, what I've been using recently is this jacket you see right here, this puffer jacket from Outdoor Research. I have worn this thing nearly every day since it's gotten cold out here. Sometimes I double layer with this with a Colossus jacket on top of it to give me some extra warmth out there, get me extra cozy. I probably wouldn't do that if I was like in a tactical like field situation, but this would be something really nice to wear at the patrol base. I could probably use this like I did last year with that little Corinthia jacket the same manner and be fine. Again, I would caution against wearing this underneath of your kit unless it was super duper cold, like below 10 degrees. Another kind of cool thing about this puffer jacket, and other jackets do this too, is it can pack into its own pocket. Like you see me doing right here, I'm just shoving it into the pocket, and the pocket has a zipper on it, so you can close this thing up and make a tight little bundle of snivel gear that you can pack pretty much anywhere. Sometimes I throw this thing into my butt pack in my belt kit, my Crossfire belt kit, the DZ rig. I'll just take this, shove it into its own pocket. I'm not gonna zip it up right now, but it gets about this small, and I can shove this in my butt pack, and it makes this like quick little packable. It's actually kind of a cool little field pillow as well, but it makes this really cool packable piece of snivel gear that weighs almost nothing and really punches above its weight. This thing keeps you really warm. Now, another really cool piece of snivel gear that we got from Outdoor Research, I know this is a total Outdoor Research glaze video. They don't pay me or anything like that. They just issued us the gear. We use them and I give the feedback on it. But this is the Shadow Hybrid hoodie. This thing's pretty cool. It keeps you pretty warm. I've worn this underneath of my kit and been totally fine out here. Again, I wouldn't do this if it wasn't super cold out, but it was about 30 and about 20 degrees when I was doing it, and it kept me comfortably cold. That's just kind of the term that you want to use. You want to be comfortably cold out there in the field, because if you're warm when you're just standing still, you're going to overheat if you move at all. But this jacket's been great. It's kind of a cool little green color. Some people didn't like the color. I don't mind it. I think it looks good with kit. It's got a variety of different materials right here, like this stretchy material, and really the only like snivel material is on certain sections of this thing. So this thing isn't meant to be, I don't think, like a standalone piece of snivel gear, but it does pretty good in the like 30 to 40 degrees range. Now, a quick little bonus piece of snivel gear, which I just got. This is from the Ranger Training Company, so I always like to promote Ranger companies. This is a half jacket. So I got issued something like this when I was in the military, but this guy is creating his own versions of this, and you can wear this over your kit for a quick piece of snivel gear that you can actually move around with, and it's not going to cause you to overheat because it's literally just kind of like covering your arms. And it wears just like this, and you can like button this up and zip it right here. So it's actually keeping me quite warm right now. It's in the 30s right now, and the sun is going down, so it's getting even colder. But this thing is awesome because it keeps you just warm enough, and it's not going to cause you to overheat. Now, some other pieces of kit that I find useful out there when it's cold, when it comes to headgear, I'm usually wearing a helmet out there because it has my ear pro and my night vision, and having a ballistic helmet on in a combat environment just makes sense. Usually I just wear a balaclava. This is a Norarm tactical balaclava. I love these things because it actually covers your entire head and doesn't have that weird effect where it like cuts off down here and it's like exposing your neck. So this thing completely covers your face, and it doesn't make you overheat even when it's a little bit warmer out there. So it's a really good general use balaclava. So I really like the Norarm stuff. I also like their neck gaiters right here. This is their older gen neck gaiter. I think their newer ones are a little bit different, but I really like this thing, especially for BB wars or any type of environment where you have to have iPro on. I know when it's in combat, you know, like wearing iPro, sometimes you don't wear it. I know how it is, but when you're in a training environment, like, or near airsoft, you want to make sure that you have your iPro on. And what's really cool about this neck gaiter right here is that it's not going to cause your iPro to fog up. So maybe it's not as good when it comes to keeping your face warm, but it's really good at not having fogged up iPro. Now, something that I forgot to bring, but I'll throw some B-roll of me wearing it right here, is this little Outdoor Research beanie. It's not really a beanie. It's kind of like a skin tight do-rag kind of thing, but it's meant to be worn underneath of your helmet. That way you're not sweating into your helmet patch, which can get your head really cold. Highly recommend not wearing that when it's kind of warm out, because it's going to cause your head to get real hot. It's going to cause your iPro to fog up. And when it's cold out there, that thing's really nice. Now, the last piece of cold weather kit that I never go to the field without, if it's going to be cold, is a hand warmer like you see right here. This one is from Apple Fritter Custom, so my buddy makes these things, but you can get these things from a variety of different companies. I really like this one because it's extra long for my extra large hands and my arms. I can get my arms in there, and this thing can keep your hands really warm. It's worn just like in a fanny pack, so it just goes around your waist like here. And when I'm wearing this thing and I'm not, you know, gripping my gun, or if I'm back at the patrol base, I can keep my hands inside here. And having cold hands sucks because when you go to grip your gun, it can make doing stuff kind of difficult when your fingers feel like they're about to fall off. So having something like this where you can readily store your hands to keep them warm is pretty nice. I know I'd be remiss if I left out gloves. Typically, I stick to just standard shooting gloves like these ones right here, the range gloves from Outdoor Research, or gloves like it. But if it's really cold, I'll switch over to something like this. These are the gripper gloves from Outdoor Research. I like these because it gives you a good grip on your gun because they are the gripper gloves, but usually I just stick to standard shooting gloves like this, again, unless it is really cold. Well, that's about it when it comes to my snivel gear video. It's really cold out right now. We got hit by this winter storm. There's snow on the ground. So I felt like it was a good opportunity to showcase some of the snivel gear that I currently use. I'm always getting new stuff, so I like to show you guys what I've been using out in the field, and all of this stuff is what I currently use to this day outside of the military. So I have a lot more experience using snivel gear, funny enough, outside of the military, because now as a civilian, I can actually wear this stuff when I want to, and I'm not going to get yelled at by hire. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider dropping a like and subscribing. It is the best way to support the channel. The second best way to support the channel is go to patreon.com. Helps me buy guns, gear, ammo, all the kind of stuff that goes into running a gun channel, and it'll get you access to videos a little bit earlier than everyone else. But hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.